Since 2012, Patrick Mouratoglou has been the guiding coaching force behind Serena Williams' career, a partnership that has resulted in 10 major singles titles. He also currently coaches Stefanos Tsitsipas and Coco Gauff, and his academy in France continues to be among the most successful in the world. And we are very pleased to welcome our good friend Patrick Mouratoglou back to TC Live. Patrick, great to see you. Please tell us how you've been doing since the tour stoppage occurred and how things are going now that the academy is starting to open back up.
Well, it's we feel better now. I mean, like everyone, it's been difficult. We had to close everything. All the kids had to come back home. All the kids are in the program full year, and we closed our hotel. So the activity was at zero, and things went better. So I think we're a few weeks ahead of you in terms of getting rid of this COVID-19. And the players are actually back now. We're reopening slowly but surely the whole academy, and we're going to do even some summer camps soon.
Well, Patrick, all of this downtime has given you a little bit of freedom to use that creativity of yours. And I want to hear all about the Ultimate Tennis Showdown event that you've been planning.
Yes, that's true. It was a difficult period, and we were all stuck at home. But to propose a new way to showcase tennis, trying to bring much more emotion, trying to bring a much more dynamic and modern show, and see if people are attracted to that more than the tennis the way we know it. You and me and we are all on this channel real tennis fans, so we like the tennis the way it is and actually love the tennis the way it is. But I realize also that it's a bit old-fashioned. The world has changed a lot those past 40 years. The way people consume sports, the way they consume videos has completely changed, and tennis hasn't changed at all.
Obviously, you have a great field. Stefanos is playing, and Goffin is playing, and Felix Auger-Aliassime. Tell us just a couple of the changes that we're going to see for some of these rules to go to what you've been talking about.
Well, the thing is, I don't want to say too much because I want to surprise also people. I would say, let's put it that way. I think the format of tennis is too long. I think there are too many downtimes where nothing much happens. I also think that players struggle to share their emotions with the crowd like they were doing in the 70s and the 80s. I think it was a completely different show. The idea is to take back from the past what made tennis what it was in the 80s, and also bring from the future or from the present, but in other sports or in the TV shows, what makes the success of the other sports and the TV shows, and put all this together and try to find the best combination and the best format. The idea is to find the format for the future of tennis.
It's a very progressive way of thinking. We're glad that Patrick's sharing it with us. Coach Patrick Mouratoglou joining us on TC Live. Patrick, give us a bit of a Serena update. How has she been doing? And what's your level of optimism that major number 24 is going to happen? She's been on the doorstep 4 times now.
Yes, I know what makes me be very positive is the fact that I feel her motivation is still the same. She came back to a great level. You just said she reached 4 Grand Slam finals, but she didn't win one. So something is still missing, and this something we really want to get it. As for other players, it's a very special time because, yes, she's practicing like the other players are practicing, but it's so difficult for a tennis player to practice without having any short-term or even a bit longer-term goal because nobody knows when they're going to come back to playing tennis. I can't wait for her to know when she's going to play next because I know that the motivation will go to the next level.
Yeah, it's so interesting, right? All the players have to deal with things differently. I've been wondering, is this better or worse for the older or the younger? And you have a wonderful young lady in Coco Gauff that you also spend a lot of time with helping, and Corey and Candy have done such a great job as well. How's it different for someone like Coco to go through this situation for a young player?
I think it's more difficult for a young player because they're so hungry. They feel that things are going well. They think they're getting better day after day. They're so motivation and so ambitious because they feel that the world will belong to them, the tennis world. So it's difficult to be stopped and not being able to continue to raise. So I think the older player that has so much experience, such as Serena or of course Novak, Rafa, Roger, they will need less time to go back to the best level because they don't need as much competition as the other players. The other players need matches much more. We know that the top players, and we've seen in the past, Roger win a Grand Slam after 6 months being injured. They're the only ones able to do that. So in a way, I think they will be the less in trouble because of what happened.
Patrick, it's great catching up with you. Thank you for staying up late with us. We know it's past midnight in Nice where you are. Great to chat with you, and we look forward to seeing you at the Ultimate Tennis Showdown.
Thank you very much.